What?
They was never running from encroachment on the land. Everybody was going to the southeast to fight the goddamn conquistadors because we knew what they did in South America.
Man, this is heavy. Go ahead. Don't let this go over your head.
All right. Another group, now we're going to add another group, was also seeking freedom, enslaved blacks. Come on now.
Come on, man.
If they going to push the slave doctrine, that's why you know this is not us telling the stories. This is the enemy telling the story because he calling us enslaved blacks. We knew we went to fight in a war. We didn't go over there to be free. We went to kill something to get killed. Some blacks had already fled their masters. I mean, they wasn't slaves already. Emerging as the Gullah people of Georgia and South Carolina. Make that shit make sense, Elder.
That's right. That's right.
Some blacks had already fled their masters.
You on their ass.
Emerging as the Gullah people of South Carolina. Them motherfuckers been there for hundreds of thousands of years.
You on their ass, bro. You on their ass. Oh.
Now look what it say. They kept a few of their African traditions and remnants of their language alive. Remember we talked about speaking pidgin?
Yeah.
Right? They were lured by the Spanish. See what they're saying, right? The Spanish promises of wages if the blacks would agree to join the Spanish garrisons of Florida. Now, why wouldn't the fuck would we join the enemy?
Right.
But they wasn't passing themselves off as Spaniards. They was passing themselves off as Moors.
Yep.
The Gullah and other blacks both escaped slaves and freedmen. That's two classifications in law.
That's right.
Soon discovered that army life wasn't any better than slavery.
Look at it, bro. Look at it.
That's just on the first page in the discussion of the Gullah Wars. Now they telling you right here, this is how you know the enemy telling us the story. Some blacks had already fled their masters, emerging as the Gullah people. Ask any motherfucker that's Gullah get you, where the fuck they come from before 1492, and they gonna point to the same part of the country.
Yep. Yep.
There is commemorative buildings on islands just off the coast down there that very few people even know exist. Off the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina.
Like Jekyll Island is like off of Georgia, right?
I forgot where Jekyll Island was.
Yeah, Jekyll Island. It's like off of Chester, Georgia, I think. So,
okay, let's move on to the next page. We in class now. We might as well go break this shit on down.
You cracking heads, man. You twisted caps.
Okay. Let's see the picture at the top so we can see what we talk about.
It's cut off right there.
It's cut off right there. Okay. One such man was John Horse or Gopher John. That tells me he was indigenous. If his name was Gopher John, he was probably a tunnel rat.
Yep. Yep. A twa.
The son of a Seminole father and an escaped slave mother. He was considered a slave by both whites and natives. That's a contradiction right there.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Nominally, he belonged to Chief McCanopy, a skilled warrior who could speak English. He was useful to the Seminoles as the interpreter and often joined forces with the Osceola. Osceola, now you see they keep adding tribes in here, right?
Yeah, right.
Right. I ain't the only one seeing this, right?
Yeah, I'm watching you.
Okay, Osceola may have been married to a black woman. This is the name of a tribe, by the way, Osceola. They trying to pass it off as a person here. Though sources aren't definite on this point. He abhorred the idea of slavery. What I tell you, we didn't do that shit. That's not our culture.
Yeah. And
was willing to work with John and another black Seminole leader, Abraham. I wonder if that's Lincoln.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. The nigga that they said that made white.
The real Lincoln was he was from Barbados.
Yeah, they got you.
Right? To make sure that the blacks were not used as bargaining chip in treaties with the whites. So now we got to go back to who making treaties with the white folks.
Yeah, go back with it.
It ain't us. This telling you right here that we ain't the ones doing the treaties.
Damn, go ahead. The Moors making the treaties.
Look, it's like this, man. You come pick me up at my grandmama's house. You say, hey, we finna go move in these people's house, but I need you to act like you belong there and sign the paperwork.
Yeah.
That's what they did. All right, let's keep going. Scroll down on that picture so we can see the bottom of it. Okay, it's requiring natives to disclose the whereabouts of Black Seminole villages or any promises to return Black slaves to their former owners. Now, how are we going to go along with that if we are already against slavery? It's telling you right here that we don't agree with it, but they telling us to participate in it. Make that shit make sense.
That's some crazy shit, right?
Okay, you see the people right there. Those are Gullah, get you.
Yep.
Now you see he look like Chicken George, don't he?
Yep. Same people from that Bumpy Johnson from.
Mm-hmm.
The Geechies.
Okay, let's keep going. We just going over a little history, and we just saying. Mm-hmm.
Hey, ball clap this claim. Oh, that's right, the same one we just read. Ball clap disclaimer, man. The cracking heads and twisted caps on this joint, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that cash app, man. We got the brother Rod Hayes cash app in the links, man. Come on with it, Rod. That's what you got, man. Let's hear what you got.
Go on to the top of the page. Let's get it in.
All right, that's the top one right there.
That might be the second half of the next page.
Okay, hold up. Let me go back. I think we just read this one.
That's the one we just read.
Okay, then this right here, the next one.
Let's see the one after that just to make sure.
All right.
What it said about the last sentence.
It says Chief Makapu. Can't see that last word. Mike
McCanopy. Okay, you see their legs right there? That's the picture from the one before. So these two pictures is out of order.
Okay, so we'll go this right
Let's
here.
start off with the same things, telling you the same thing. John was captured with Osceola in October 1837 and sent to Fort Marion in St. Augustine. He and several other Seminole leaders, both Black and Native. Now you notice they are incorporating two groups of people, but they already told us that the so-called Seminoles was an admixture of tribes from across the land. All right. It said they starved themselves for several days, pried the bars off the windows of their common cell, and slipped away from the fort. With Osceola sidelined by captivity and later dead, a younger generation of leaders had to step up. This is our culture right here. Only after he was assured that his people would not be enslaved did John Horse agree to talk with the army. He and his band resettled in Oklahoma and later returned to Florida in 1840 in an attempt to talk Wildcat or Kuwakochi, a native Seminole leader, into surrendering. That don't make sense.
Yeah, we didn't surrender.
All right, but we're going to keep going. Kuwakochi agreed to do so in 1840, and he and John Horse accompanied Kuwakochi's people to Oklahoma. So they came from Oklahoma to get the people in Florida and take them back to Oklahoma. For this service, John was given his freedom by white authorities and personally by Chief McCanopy. All right, so that's what he did. That's who he sold out to get free from slavery. All right, let's go back to the other page. Okay, deserted and took up dwelling in the swamps of Florida where they would be inaccessible to slave catchers or Spanish authorities seeking to round up deserters. This page is still out of order, but we already read both sides of this page. The Spanish name for these runaways was Maroons. The Spanish name for these runaways was Maroons. Now watch this.
More rooms, more runs. Oh shit, go ahead.
First applied to the natives who had fled to Florida. May come from the Spanish word cimarron, meaning wild or runaway, but scholars differ on this application. At first, the identities in their own villages and means of tribal governance. As more settlers moved into Florida, from the southern colonies, later states. Now, wait a minute. I keep telling y'all, we was the ones going to Florida. This is the stronghold of the war. The settlers were not, that's when they say settlers, they talking about conquistadors. They talking about Englishmen, Frenchmen, Dutchmen, and Spanish conquistadors who call themselves Moray or Moor. That's what they talking about.
Right.
They were infiltrating us, pretending to be captives. We realized it, and this is why we broke up the tribes. Watch this. Black and natives saw the need to join forces. While they maintained their own villages and camps, blacks and natives traded, coordinated on strategy for dealing with the whites and intermarried. Many blacks had mixed native ancestry and soon became regarded as Black Indians or Black Seminoles, half-breeds, mixed blood.
Yes, semi. Hey man, you like the Mike Tyson of the conscious community, man. You knocking niggas out, man. I tell you. You knocking niggas out, TK and all niggas, man. I tell you, man.
Okay, so let's
go ahead.
What we got left after this? Let's look at the picture, see if we can see the picture.
Okay. It's a feet, I think. Then
we went over that one already.
Yeah, I think it's this one right here. I don't think you read this one though.
Oh, I ain't read that one because I don't got no pictures on it.
Okay, all right.
You say, but more white settlers was pouring into the Plains states. Where's the Plains?
The Plains is mostly like in the South.
No, the Plains states is Montana, Oklahoma.
Yeah. The Midwest, like
right. The Midwest is Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio is the Midwest territory.
Okay.
All right. But they saying that the white settlers is pouring into the Plains states. Now, remember when I told you when we was coming to fight the wars, they was backdooring us on the heels of the Louisiana Purchase with $5 Indians. That's what they're talking about right here. Many of these people were from the South and wanted to bring Oklahoma into the Union as a slave state. That don't make sense.
Yeah, they playing games.
Look at what it say. They was filling in Oklahoma, and they wanted to turn it into a slave state. They also wanted to dispossess the natives of land they had been promised in return for agreeing to move west. Now, this is contemporary with what's going on in the negotiations. Look at the year, 1847. So we're right around the time of the Louisiana Purchase.
And about the same time as that war with the Mexicans, the U.S. war with the Mexicans going on.
The Mexico-American War is a little after this.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now this is the westward advance because remember they said that our property was abandoned, so they was putting settlers in our property.
Dang, this is crazy. Go ahead.
All right, so it's telling you here they wanted to dispossess the natives of the land, but why is they taking pale people out there then, or so-called white people, is to displace natives from the land?
Yeah.
But what did they list them as? They rewrote them in by the president made chiefs. How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, right.
That's not our culture. No elected official can't knight you a chief in our community.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to earn that position by motherfucking leveling up.
Hey man, let me ask you something right here. Man, so this is real crafty on how they usurped us. This is real. They had to have help, man. They wanted that intelligence to make this long, drawn out plan to steal our shit.
Hey, what them said? Somebody was behind the motherfuckers' intelligence.
Long fucking drawn out plan. We're gonna start a war with them in Florida. Then we're gonna sneak in on them with the Louisiana Purchase. We're gonna have Lewis and Clark butt crack them, backdoor them, survey the land. Because we know that gold right there, see? That's that deposit. They got gold deposits all over this place.
Yeah, we ain't even got to the gold rush yet.
Yeah. Go ahead. I don't want to hold you. I just made a whole bunch of shit.
You good? Because you're saying you all the way on track to the elaborate nature of the plan. It's a military.
Yeah, it's fucking deep. Man.
Okay, so we can't understand protracted struggle because we familiar with what we call short bursts of military action, lasting anywhere from 2 to 5 years at most. But when you're talking about a struggle over several hundred years, this is just opportunities being seized by a person that's an invader in order to displace the ones that he's invading.
Mm-hmm.
It's all opportunistic when you're looking at the time and the layout of what's really going on versus what they're telling you. The only part that's making it functional is they got us to believe their side of the story is more true than our ancestors' side of the story.
That's right.
That's where we fucking ourselves at.
That's right.
So basically, when I be pointing shit out in these readings, it's because I can see the other side of what they really saying in they double speak, because they putting it out here, but you ain't paying attention to the reading with a forensic analysis like you working for the motherfucking government trying to indict
exactly. Like they examine your letter when you send that bitch out of prison. They gonna examine that bitch, even if you put it in another language, a cold language. They got niggas in there for that shit too.
Now, watch this. Okay, so now we know that they wanted to dispossess the natives of the land they had been promised in return for agreeing to move west. Uneasy at these developments, Kuakochi and John Horse gathered their people in 1847, fled across Texas and into Mexico. Okay, let's go to Google. We got to see if I can prove this. Because if I can prove this, they got some motherfuckers in Mexico that look like us. Put in Afro-Mexican.
Let me save them down in there. Yeah, hey, look, this right here coming up in my tapes too. The tapes that I'm putting out of these people you're going to talk about. So let me go and say these pictures. Then we're going to pull them up.
Mm-hmm. I really want the one that say Afro-Mexican pride right there.
Right. Let me see. Okay.
It's in the middle of the page.
Right there. Okay. Right. Is that the one right there?
Mm-hmm.
African Mexican pride is in the middle of the page. Okay, right here. See, that's what you're saying right here. All right, let me blow it up. We're gonna blow a couple of them up for them. YouTube, we got you, man. Tell you, man. This right here is it's another piece to the puzzle right here. The
now, how in the fuck do I know about an Afro-Mexican?
Right. We getting backdoored, man. We got backdoored, bro.
Now, the only thing about studying these people's history that they don't have an answer for, would you happen to know what it is?
What?
They've been there so long, they can trace their history back into antiquity to tie directly to those pyramids down there.
Yeah.
They hush these people up. They don't want you to know that these is organic Mexicans that's been there for thousands of years.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man, this right here coming up in my tape, and if you look at her nose features, the Almacs, the Bantu people. She really like Bantu mixed with like Hindu or something. Like,
you got to remember, when you on this side of the water and you from the other side of the water, east or west, there's a mirror tribe over here on every land mass.
That's right. That's what I'm
saying. So you got a mirror tribe. One over here might be heavily melanated, but in Europe they might be all pale.
Yeah.
But the culture is the same. Exactly the same rituals, practices, and they can psychically communicate, but they don't know that they communicate with each other because the enemy has taught us that we insane for doing it.
That's real. That's real. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Let's look at some more of those before we go back to the. That ain't no straight-haired Mexican. What they doing? Somebody say y'all got to get these niggas.
Man, hey, you getting them, man. I'll tell you, these people right here, these are really the original people. Like they really are the original Almacs. I mean, not the Almacs. They Almacs too, but they really children. They really the original Aztec people, because the newborns they had came over here and they really the Bantu people.
Look, these is genetically different. That's
they got Asian in them. They got Asian. See, look, like you can look at the Asian come from the Sands people. Look, yeah, they got Asian in them. I'm telling you, man. You can see that.
I love you, some young elder boy. I had this much fun studying with nobody since I left my man's Osa.
Yeah, so they got Asian in them, but it's a black Asian. Like I'm gonna tell you. All right,
listen to this
people.
right quick.
Yeah.
Listen to this right quick.
Yeah.
They tested the genetics of these people. I'm gonna bring this video back that I'm talking about as a receipt later. We're not gonna go to it right now.
They got Hindu.
But I'm just gonna tell you this. They did blood tests on these people and compared them with numerous African tribes. And they are not from Africa. They classified this group of people as Negrito and called them Indo-Polynesians.
I can go with that. I can go with they not from Africa because
hold on.
Because this right
Indo-Polynesian is not the same as saying Neo-Polynesian.
Okay.
When you say Indo in front of a word, they say ancient. That means ancient.
Okay.
When you say Neo, that means more modern times. It's closer to now. So these people are Indo-Polynesians, which means they got an ancient ancestry, and the only people that have similar ancestry is the ones over here, the ones in Hawaii, Tonga, Samoan Islands, going down into Australia, and it's a different blood from Africans or Europeans.
Yeah, because they several mixes. They're a combination of several different people. Like,
but if they was a combination of several different people, Elder, they would then have the tracers of several different groups. They got a unique and distinctive heredity all to themselves.
Yeah, I'm
now when you start moving to the islands of Cuba and the east coast of Brazil, you start finding traces of African blood in the people because Mansa Musa and before Mansa Musa, we was trading and intermarrying on that side of the water with the people from Africa. The ones in the central portion of the country, most of us over here that they call them African Americans and Negroes, we was up in the other part, the Louisiana Delta, the Mississippi Delta region, because that was our